What's up, everybody? Welcome back to Old Money Prices. Today, we're going to be talking about 10 dimes that are worth a fortune that you can find by coin roll hunting or by looking in your spare change. Let's jump right into the video. The first coin that we have is a 1942 over 1 10-cent coin here. Now, what makes this coin so valuable? It is the date. So if you look closely, the 1942 will look like it says 19412 because the coin was struck for both 1941 and 42. It should have been just 42, but the mint made a mistake and struck it like this. That's why it's worth more money. This one was graded as cleaned. This is why you should never clean your coins because it's going to reduce the value of the coin significantly. This one sold for $1,200, which is still a lot because it is that mint error. But if it wasn't cleaned, it would be worth closer to $2,000, $3,000, or $4,000. So do not clean your coins unless you are doing a proper job and you know what you're doing. Up next, we have a 1978 S 10-cent Roosevelt dime here. This one's proof-like. You can tell by how shiny the coin is. This one was graded by PCGS proof-like 68, even though it has this split obverse die. If you look on the front of the coin, you can tell right through Roosevelt there is a obverse die break. So when the die came down, it was somehow broken and it gave the coin this look. So if you ever find a dime that looks like this, it could be an error and it could be worth a lot of money. This one sold for $600. Now just imagine getting a coin back in your spare change and it being a 10-cent coin and it has this weird look on it and you find out that it's an error and it's worth a lot of money. This happens all the time for people that know what to look for and they're actually out there looking for this stuff because the majority of the population don't know what this is. They don't know what to look for, and that's why I want to inform you guys of all these errors to look out for. I'm constantly looking through my spare change to see if I can find any of these really cool errors. Here we have a 1965 10-cent Roosevelt dime again. This one is called a Transitional error. It was struck on a leftover silver planchet from 1964. During this time, the mint was transitioning over and they should not have been printing on this silver planchet anymore. So one of the ways you can tell is by looking at the coin. You can tell that something's very off here. It was struck very strangely. The lettering around the coin and the date is worn away because of the way it was struck. This one was graded an AU 55 and it sold for $6,000. Here we have a 1934 10-cent coin graded by PCGS, a mint state 68. Now remember, the highest grade you can get is 70, so it's getting very, very close to that. This is a beautiful coin from 1934. This one sold for $2,100. This coin is a great example of why a damaged coin can still be worth a lot of money. So even if you find a rare coin and it's damaged, don't disregard that. It can still be worth a lot of money. This one's from 1965. It's a 10-cent Roosevelt dime struck on a 10-cent planchet with rim damage. If you look in the top left there, you can totally tell that some sort of damage came down, which yes, in reality, it will bring the value down, but it does not make it valueless. It's still worth good money. This one sold for $3,800. Up next, we have a 1973 S Mint Mark 10-cent Roosevelt dime struck on a Liberia 1-cent planchet. Talk about crazy. This one graded by NGC, a proof 64. You can tell proof by the way it is shiny. It's very reflective. And the way NGC was able to authenticate this and tell us where it was from was by weighing the coin. This coin weighs 2.5 grams when it should weigh closer to 2.27 grams. So this coin is heavier than it should be. This one sold for $1,560. This is probably one of my favorite coins in this video. This is a 1977 S Mint Mark 10-cent Roosevelt dime, double struck with the center strike off center. And you can see that second strike came down and it actually destroyed the coin. Especially looking on the back, you can tell that the edge on the bottom right is destroyed and the coin is almost splitting apart. So again, if you ever see something like this, big money, especially in the higher grades. This one graded by NGC, proof like 69, so close to 70. Even with that damage, because it has damage from the mint, they're considering it very normal, and that's why I graded so high. This one sold for $2,100. I'm such a big fan of this error. This is again the 1942 over 1. Just look how obvious that is. 19412 in the date. If you ever see that on any of these coins, make sure you hold on to it. It can be worth a lot. This one was graded by PCGS, a mint state 66, brought $12,000. Absolutely crazy. If you ever see this 1942/1 coin, make sure to hold on to it. Here we have a pretty modern coin. This is a 1999p 10-cent Roosevelt dime 2-piece bonded set. So essentially, when it was going through the mint, it got slammed and bonded together during the minting process. This one graded by PCGS, a mint state 64, sold for $3,360. Here we have a 1968 10-cent no S, meaning San Francisco, so there's no mint mark, graded by NGC proof like 67. Now, the way you can tell if it's a proof coin is by how shiny it is. You can tell it almost looks like a mirror when we look at it. Hold on to your pants. This one sold for $18,000. Alright guys, I hope you enjoyed that video. Make sure you go to my channel and look at other videos I put about rare paper money and coins that you can find out in circulation today that are worth a lot of money. I will see you guys in the next video.